All right, so it being around 4 o'clock on October 18th, I'd like to call this Gardner Elementary School Building Committee meeting to order. Dr. Hemmond, would you mind calling the roll?
Yes, sir. Mark Hawk,
Present.
Mike Wilson, Dr. Pellegrino,
Present.
Wayne Anderson,
Present.
Earl Martin indicated he would not be attending. Kathy Gogan, Dr. Gogan,
You're on mute, Kathy.
Present.
Joyce West, I think she said she wasn't going to attend. Jennifer Plavin,
Present.
Bob Schwartz,
Present.
Ron Cormier,
Present.
Christina Thomas,
Present.
Ashley Chickwin,
Present.
Robert Hankinson,
Present.
Heidi Generous, I don't see, and Josh Cormier.
Present.
I would just tell everybody, right now, I just moved. I am calling you from North Reading, and we just moved in today. So you're in my little man cave that I have in our condo. So I'm happy. So thank you.
Very nice.
Supposed to be some boxes back there, Steve.
Yeah, there's a lot of boxes. I moved more than I think we should have. We went from a 3,000 square foot down to 1,400. So yeah, we got a lot of stuff we got to get rid of. I didn't want to throw it out, but now I'm going to have to. So.
I think my office is 1,400 square feet. All right, we're moving along to item number 2, which is the minutes. Approval of the building minutes for the meeting of June 21st, 2023. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So move. Bob Schwartz.
Thank you. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Excellent. Any discussion on the motion? All right. Dr. Hemming, would you mind calling the roll to approve the minutes from the June 21st, 2023 meeting?
Dr. Pellegrino,
Yes.
Wayne Anderson,
Yes.
Kathy Gogan, Dr. Gogan.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Jennifer Plavin,
Yes.
Robert Schwartz,
Yes.
Ron Cormier,
Yes.
Christina Thomas,
Yes.
Ashley Chickwin,
Yes.
Robert Hankinson,
Yes.
Josh Cormier. Did I miss anybody? Okay.
Yes.
Who did I miss?
Mark Hawk.
I said Mark Hawk. I thought you said that. Okay, Mark Hawk.
Sure.
Thank you. Mr. Chairman, for the subcommittee meeting, there's only 4 people that were at that subcommittee meeting that we call the roll for that approval of those minutes.
So I'm sorry, say that again?
On the subcommittee, the next thing on the subcommittee is September 20th.
Yep.
And there were 4 people there that would be Mark Hawk, you, Jen, and Bob Schwartz were present, so they would be voting to approve those minutes.
All right, so we have an exclusive vote for this. Do I hear a motion from one of those people to approve the minutes of the
Move
subcommittee?
to approve.
Thank you very much.
Bob Schwartz.
Thank you. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing no discussion on the motion, let's put the matter to a roll call vote with this small group.
Mark Hawk,
Yes.
Dr. Pellegrino,
Yes.
Jennifer Plavin,
Yes.
Bob Schwartz.
Yes.
To vote, Mr. Chairman.
Excellent. Motion carries. Next thing is to approve the bills and orders.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, if I could share my screen, I can bring those up.
Yeah, all participants, you should be able to share.
Okay. Can everybody see those? And I have the correct date, October 18th. Colliers, we do not have a bill for this month. JWA, invoice number 2023094, $11,543.75. Bacon Construction, $252,204.95. We have from Granger that we got in 88212-378.18. Invoice 5499, $1,982.03. Invoice 8797, $524.78, and 6950 for $6,492.92 for a total of $273, $126.61.
Okay. So any motion to approve these bills and orders?
Bob Schwartz, so move.
Excellent. Do I hear a second?
Second, Hankinson.
Thank you. My only comment will be that as a vegetarian, I think $252,000 is a lot to pay for bacon. Any other discussion on the motion? Hearing no discussion, let's put the matter to a roll call vote. Dr. Hammond, would you mind calling the roll?
Mark Hawk,
Yes.
Dr. Pellegrino,
Yes.
Wayne Anderson,
Yes.
Kathy Gogan, Dr. Gogan,
Yes.
Jennifer Plavin,
Yes.
Robert Schwartz,
Yes.
Ron Cormier,
Yes.
Christina Thomas,
Yes.
Ashley Chickwin,
Yes.
Robert Hankinson,
Yes.
Josh Cormier. Did I miss anybody? Mr. Chairman, it is a vote.
Excellent. Motion carries. Votes unanimous. Okay, report from the OPM.
All right, thank you, Mark. So we've been working with a contractor trying to close up some loose ends. We did have the commissioning agent going through the building and running through some of the mechanicals, and has a number of things that need to get resolved and buttoned up. One of the reasons there's such a long list at this point is because they needed some of the work that was done over the summer with adding some control points to the system to be installed before they could really put it through its paces and test it. But we had a meeting with Bacon this morning. They said they're going to be jumping on those items. So we're hopeful that we'll get those things wrapped up quickly. There are some other, lingering items that we're working through, but we're whittling those down. I think we're down towards the end of that list. We'll be talking about some of the things that we worked, for the most part, that's been done, but was been working through on pricing, and we didn't necessarily agree with the pricing as was initially submitted. So we've had some negotiations and some back and forth and can close out some of those items. It is important that we have the commissioning agent close out all their items as quickly as possible, because the commissioning agent is hired by the MSBA, and they need to issue a report saying that everything's done and close out the project before we can do our final reimbursement request to the MSBA and get close out the project from the MSBA standpoint. So we're going to be trying to get that stuff done quickly. There is one item that's going to linger a little bit because it has to do with planting in the wetlands replication area, and most likely that replanting to fix some issues in there won't be done until the spring, and final sign off may not even be until the fall, because we need to get it established before we can officially close it. But the work, we have an agreement on the work that has to get done in there now. And so the contractor is going to be moving forward, or at least providing us with a plan of how they plan to move forward. Any questions about some of the work that's happened or issues that you've heard about? All right, so from a financial standpoint, and I'll try and share my screen. So again, this is nothing new to you guys. You've seen this throughout the project, but our budget under column A, what we've invoiced to date, so we were approved. So this dates back to October 1st. So it obviously won't include this most recent cost to Bacon and some of those other miscellaneous invoices. But really what we try and take a close look at and track is what's MSBA eligible for reimbursement in column F, and then in column G, what that equates to based on the city's reimbursement rate. So our budget was 82.3 million. We've contracted and recommended approval on just about 78 million of that 82. Of that 78 that's been approved, we're anticipating that about 58 of that is reimbursable. And of that 58 that is reimbursable based on the city's 80% reimbursement rate, it equates to about $46.3 million. So you've already received this back from the MSBA from what you've theoretically spent, even though we haven't necessarily maybe wrote a check for all of that. But you've spent 78 and you've gotten 46 back. So the net to the city is in that $2 million range. So all in all, going well. We still have funds available to finish things out. We've been able to maintain positive financial outlook on the project throughout the project, and that continues. We shouldn't really have any issues in closing it out financially with the MSBA. It's just making sure everything is complete before we can do that.
Excellent. Any questions, comments, or concerns for Tim? Okay, hearing none. Thanks, Tim. I really appreciate that.
Sure.
Moving on to the report from the architects.
Great, thanks, Mark. Maybe Tim, I guess, do you have to stop sharing? And can I share my screen?
I'll stop, but yeah, you probably just pull those
Awesome.
away.
On a small little laptop here. So let me see if this works. Let's go to this first. Does everyone see that Word document?
Yes.
Perfect. Great. So these were some recent PCOs for change order number 33. And as Tim mentioned, we also had an in-person meeting today with Bacon at the school with Wayne and Mark Hawk to talk about some of the outstanding PCOs. And so we've wrapped that into change order 34. So this one was included in the email that Dr. Hammond sent along. The ones for change order 34 were not, because they were just figured out this morning. But for this one, for change order 33, this number 440 is the security change for the stair doors. This is at stair 2 and at stair 4, which are both of those connecting corridors between the A and the B wing, and then between the B and the C wing. This was a request from the building inspector that the fire department have the ability to come into the B wing, immediately press a button after they've unlocked it with a lock that's in the Knox box. And that would allow free passage for all of the doors, the connecting doors in those 2 stairs. Yeah, it's been good working with the building inspector. This was one of his main concerns as he came on board. And so this change order came to $8,583, and we recommend approval. 446 is for drainage for the canopy over on the far eastern side of the building, over by the pre-K wing, to cut some of the concrete near one of the columns, the column that's closest to the doorway there, so that the water can go into a gravel area that already is handling some rainwater in that area. And that should hopefully help cut down on some of the ice situations we had with the pre-K kids going from that door directly east to the playground there. So that's 5,445. And then 447 is a credit for basically a computer, a workstation at the Gardner Police Department. This was something that we put into the specs. It's a little unique, and it's hard to we didn't want work to occur at the police department, but at least for this project to supply a workstation to tie into the school security system, it was unable to be performed because of the lack of physical infrastructure between the police station and the school. So Bacon is coming back with a credit for $900. So these 3 altogether come to a total of $13,128. And that can also be seen here, sorry, on change order number 33, right here again for 13,128. Any questions on those? So, Dr. Hammond, should we try to vote on change order 33, or would you like to?
No, vote change order 33, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, so let's vote. Do I hear a motion to approve?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion on the motion? Hearing no discussion, let's put the matter to roll call vote. Dr. Hammond?
Did you ask me to take the vote?
Yes.
Dr. Pellegrino,
Yes.
Wayne Anderson,
Yes.
Dr. Gogan,
Yes.
Joyce West. Nope, I'm sorry, she's not present. Jennifer Plavin,
Yes.
Robert Schwartz,
yes,
Ron Cormier,
Yes.
Christina Thomas,
Yes.
Ashley Chicklin,
Yes.
Robert Hankinson,
Yes.
Josh Cormier.
Yeah.
It is a vote, Mr. Chairman.
Excellent. Motion carries. Next up is old business. Yep.
Sorry, if I could,
That's all right.
just let me go through what we discussed this morning that I've quickly drafted up into change order 34, and if we could vote on that today as well, it would be great to get these behind us as well. So a lot of these are from a long time ago, so we've got PCO numbers that are from long ago. So the temporary electric generator, this was a bit of a negotiation. It had originally come in closer to 62,000. Talking with Bacon, there was a back and forth over who owned temporary electric service. It was made much more complicated by working with National Grid and the fact that they were going to have to put in, posts for temporary electricity. So anyway, this one was negotiated down to $50,000. 210 window testing costs. Again, this was a negotiated amount. Some amount of window testing costs is on the owner, especially for the first time they come through. And then if some of those tests fail, then those testing costs are on the contractor. And so we had kept track of what we thought the initial costs were for the owner. Bacon had kept track of what they thought the initial costs were for the owner, and those numbers were quite different. And so this one came down from 37,000 down to 18,000. It was agreed to kind of pass through the small ones in exchange for the credit number 400, the credit permanent electrical at turnover. So 265 for ceiling change at B303, 285 for edging at Summit Garden Ellipse, 325 for soffit at elevator lobby, 342 for gyp enclosure at B002 column, and 434 for PR130 miscellaneous site items. All cancels out with 400 credit permanent electrical at turnover. And so that was a way of just moving forward with all of these. That PCO 400, that credit became a little bit larger than what Bacon had initially proposed in order to kind of cancel out all of those other smaller PCOs. 278.1, I think we will probably all remember, this was the playground surface colors. We had asked for standard colors, quote unquote. Later, we found out that they were defining their standard colors as having half black and half color. We refused to pay for that extra amount, and we ended up splitting that. So it originally came in at around 24,000. And so that came down to 11,900. 428, similarly, this is for reseeding the wetland area, and this is that area that Tim was mentioning earlier that the Conservation Commission is quite interested in. Again, some disagreements about what happened in the field and who gave direction to do what. This originally came in at 28,710 and was agreed to split that in half. So 428 came in at 14,355. So all of these together come in for a total of 94,276 and 50 cents.
Do I hear a motion to approve these PCOs?
Bob Schwartz, so move.
Do I hear a second?
Ron Collier.
Thank you. Any discussion on the motion? Questions, comments, concerns?
Just to say that I think the original number was 150 something, I believe. Is that correct, Mr. Hawk?
There's even more
It's
than
like 154 and change.
Yeah, somewhere in that range.
Okay, so now it's 60. Okay,
That's all I had to say.
okay. Any other discussion? Hearing no other discussion points, let's put the matter a roll call vote. Dr. Hammond, would you mind calling the roll?
For change order number 34, Mark Hawk,
Yes.
Dr. Pellegrino,
Yes.
Wayne Anderson,
Yes,
Dr. Gogan,
Yes.
Jennifer Plavin,
yes,
Robert Schwartz,
Yes,
Ron Cormier,
Yes.
Christina Thomas,
Yes.
Ashley Chickwin,
Yes.
Robert Hankinson,
Yes.
Josh Cormier.
Yeah.
It is a vote, Mr. Chairman. What we'll do then is Kristen will get that to me and we'll get them signed and distributed appropriately.
Excellent. Very good. Anything else, Christian? Sorry to move you along so fast.
No, that's okay. No, I think I'm all set. I just wanted to thank Mark Hawk and Wayne Anderson for the meeting this morning. I think no one knew how that meeting would go, and I thought it went quite well, and everyone handled themselves well, and difficult but great to get that past us.
All right. On to Cincinnati. All right. Any other, so is there any new business or old business to come or other business to come before the school building committee?
Mr. Chairman, first of all, I want to say thank you to all the members of the building committee for all the time that they spent for the last 4 or 5 years that we've been doing this. And I think it'd be necessary for the future, for the next time, we could just have the subcommittee can take care of some motions and things that needed to be wind up. If for some reason that we find MSBA is requiring a full committee vote, we would call a committee meeting. But otherwise, I think we can move with just the subcommittee, if that's okay with everybody.
Does anyone want to have more meetings? I didn't think so. Okay. I see Ashley shaking her head. Absolutely not. Very good. Just her vote will make that happen. Thank you. All right. Public comment.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
I've noticed that the flashing lights on Pearl Street are no longer working. Not in the morning, not in the afternoon. Anyone here in this meeting have any thoughts on that? Or does that belong to the DPW at this point?
that is stuck with me and will be done before the end of the week, is what I committed to.
Okay, Wayne, thank you very much.
Thanks, Mr. Rockwood. Anything else? You good to go? All right. I just want to thank you all for your time. Now most of you are going to be getting your evenings back. Thanks for all the time that you put in. This has been, a heck of a process, and we have a little further to go, but at least it's slowing down each day. So I really appreciate that. If there's nothing else, no need for executive session. Our next meeting, and it will be a subcommittee meeting on November 15th, 2023. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
so move.
Thank you. Second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Excellent. Ayes have it. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
So long,
everybody.
everyone.
And then thank you, everybody, for your support.